My name is Anthony Strongheart. Welcome to my channel. A religion might have a certain idea about Christ, but the usage of that idea by our priest or by our church can be used in all kinds of ways. Just because this is the idea of Christ within my tradition doesn't mean that my priest is using that idea purely for conveying that idea. He may be using that idea to push his own agenda. And he may be aware that he is doing such a thing, or he may be unaware that he's doing such a thing. He's actually propagating a different understanding or idea of culture than he's actually protesting that he is. And sometimes he's aware of that and sometimes he's not. It just depends on how much internal investigation he's done. And so a lot of our culture is like that. The idea of love your neighbor can be used to smother you, control you, chain you, and shackle you. And love your neighbor can be used to free you, enlighten you, and align you with Creator God. And so love thy neighbor has been used in all kinds of manners since the idea or the notion was created. And we have to be able to detect how it's being used for what purpose. And if we don't, and we outsource, that's what I was talking about, if we outsource this process to a priest, a shaman, a cultural ambassador of feminism, a cultural ambassador for unions for dock workers, unions for Hollywood, or if we outsource this to a scientific board or committee, they may be pushing their own intentions that have nothing to do with the idea, that have nothing to do with the pure idea and the proper application of such an idea. And so when we outsource our culture, our thoughts, our philosophy, our sense of justice and moralistic integrity to outside institutions, they're only going to do such a good enough job. Like I was saying before, you can pay billions of dollars for something and then maybe they'll do the exact right job in the best way possible. Or you can pay nothing and get it for free, but they're probably not going to be doing such a good job of it, and they're going to probably be pushing it on you. And there is a happy medium. We have to be able to outsource. That's part of life, to let others lead. But we can't let others lead so much that we become passengers in our own lives. That's really what I'm advocating for. So we need to be able to drive ourselves. That doesn't mean that occasionally we can't let somebody else drive, or that we can't follow the rules of the road, that we can't follow the yellow line, follow the white line, that we can't follow the stop sign and the stoplight and the traffic light. If you just lead your own life, but you can't follow around, well, you're going to run into a lot of roadblocks. You know, there could even be a roadblock like a cliff. If you can't follow the rules of the road, follow the rules of nature, the rules of gravity, the rules of physics. We have to be able to let others lead. That's part of life, to surrender. But it's also part of life to drive, to take action in our own lives. And so we need to be able to put ourselves back in the driver's seat, and we have outsourced so much to the point where we don't even understand the concepts ourselves anymore. And we let others drive our lives, drive our cars. And they're not always driving that out of the most conscious intent, or out of the intent to have us be aligned with ourselves, or even knowing how to align us with our higher power, with our higher source in the best way possible. They don't even know how to do it. And so we're just letting everybody else drive us around. And it's like being possessed. That's exactly what it is. It's being possessed. Possessed by cultures, ideas, understandings, and institutions that are not trying to empower us. And we have to let go of the possession. and start to take the wheel again, which doesn't mean don't surrender, just like I always say. We surrender to the rules of the road and the rules of gravity, and yet we also drive our own car. And so this is what I'm advocating for in culture and religion and society at large. We need to take that role, and it doesn't even matter. I'm not advocating for nothing. It's not even avocation. It's there if you want it. These are understandings of the way the world works, and we can take the wheel or we can not take the wheel. This is how we can align with our true source, that we can learn to be spiritual beings in this world who operate in a successful way, in an empowering and embettering way, and find the fulfillment that connection with God can give us without the middleman who oftentimes has nefarious intent or naive understandings, or the lack of capacity to portion out the proper medicine for us without accidentally making it poison. So take control of your life, take control of the wheel, and learn to surrender. It's both. It's always both. It's always both. Just like there is no waking life without sleeping life, and there is no actual life without death. Both things are part of this world, and we have to learn to navigate in that world, that duality, that yin and yang, that in and out, that male female, that surrender and action. It's all part of this holy, beautiful life. And so is to the alignment with our source, the one thing that never dies, our Creator God, our beautiful, holy birthright, what we truly are and what we truly come from. To remember that holiness and that sacredness inside of ourselves. Carry ourselves with a connection to that, the one true thing. My name is Anthony Strongheart. We'll see you in the next one.